Say what you want, anything you need. Walk to the edge of the world for you, 'cause I'm all about you now. About you now. Now what you see, you've been calling me. Ain't nothing that you could do to make me walk away. I gave you love, tell you that you're a star, until you see that you are. No matter how hard it's raining, I'll make it come. I hope you feel me, even when I'm gone. Through the cold and wet weather.
He's a one-man band. He does it all, and now he's gonna show us.
Tap opportunity, gets it! Off a fantastic low pass. Uneasy shot.
Keep on holding you up. I'll do anything to break you for a day.
Look to me, ridiculous shot!
I'll be there.
Big touch. That was one of the most calculated.
Keep on holding you up.
As we're creeping up on that 3-minute mark, Crouton double tap, what a shot! Last week by the Spectres, Massive Unit sitting out to start this one. Sea Strife, Longneck, and Cubnuts all out there on the field. Meanwhile, Blubbernut, Squiddy, and Haz out there to start out for the Kings. Beautiful, beautiful kickoff underway. 3-game series here. Epic Division is essentially on the line for the time being until we move on to the Gold Diggers and the Speed Demons. But nonetheless, this match is underway. Cubnuts off the top post. Nobody home as Squiddy D tries to get the clear. Squiddy D, just looks a little at home as a king. Don't you think?
Oh, I think so. And I think he's nice and comfortable here in the Kings. I can see him having a nice long career as a king, to be honest with you.
And ladies and gentlemen, we obviously have a ton of beautiful accolades for a lot of the players. Squiddy D, one of them included, former Most Improved Player Award winner. Blubbernut on the field for the Kings is a former champion and league MVP in his own right. There's just so many cool awards that we'd like to hand out at the end of the season, and sometimes at All-Star Week, which is T-minus 4 weeks away, and you do not want to miss some of the events we have coming out to be announced for that very, very fun entire week full of exhibition and obviously the All-Star Tournament, which K1 is just a battle of the best in the QRLS.
And the best are here to play for sure. The shot gets blasted on net. I mean, there's so much excitement going on. Always when we're wrapping up the end of the season, getting into playoff QRLS is definitely the best QRLS in my opinion. I mean, what a time to be a fan.
No doubt about it. And 3:17 to go, still no goal here. And honestly, was this kind of par for the course between these two teams? These two captains, very methodical, very tight-knit rotations by both of these teams so far.
Yeah, no doubt. The rotation defensively has been fantastic for both teams. You haven't seen a lot offensively, not a lot of plays being set up by either team. You saw the Spectres trying to get some bump plays going, weren't quite working. It's mostly a lot of shoot and hope for the best because these defenses aren't really showing too many holes to break through. It's going to come down to which team either is able to punch through those holes or which team is able to hold off making a mistake. First mistake made, I guarantee you one of these guys is putting a goal in.
This one floats way up in front of net. Sea Strife puts one on, hits the post, and it bounces off of Haz to get out of there. What an opportunity he could have had.
When games are this even, you have to have those goals, partner. Those have to go in. I know for a fact Sea Strife kicking himself there. That's a shot he makes 9 times out of 10.
2:12 to go in this one. Still no goal explosion, which means we still have a tie game 0-0 in this first game of the 3-game series. This one floats up. Blubbernut's up. Tries to put one towards the net. Haz is up as well. Puts one down, but Cubnuts gets there in time to get the clear.
Yeah, great transitional offense here now, too. Way to be able to take advantage of the triple commit they had on that aerial. The Kings, everybody went for that one. Good defense to hold it off from the Spectres. Turn around, and we have our first, I think, real explosion in the form of a beautiful demo there. No goal explosion, but yeah, it's getting physical.
Sea Strife double tap opportunity thwarted by the Kings. Captain Blubbernut off the back wall. Great save there. But Longneck keeping the pressure on for the Spectres. Nobody there to follow up, however. Longneck with the very big bump on Haz at mid keeps the pressure on, courtesy of Sea Strife.
Yeah, Longneck not shy to get physical out there. He'll scratch the paint a little bit. He'll get out there. He'll get dirty. He likes to do it.
And we are coming down to about a minute to go here in game number 1. Still no goal. The icebreaker might also coincidentally be the game winner if this pace keeps up, but Longneck trying to keep this thing into the offensive zone. Has now one-on-one with Sea Strife. Can't get by him. Great fielding there. And now it's just a battle at the mid.
Yeah, and you see now he's passed there. You love to see players like Haz and Sea Strife going up against each other in a one-on-one situation. The guy on offense always has the advantage, which really just goes to show the great defensive patience of Sea Strife. And that stuff that you build on that 1v1 pitch, you can definitely tell he's been grinding that, and how effective. Probably just saved his team a goal because of it.
30 seconds to go. Cubnuts looks to put one on, misses wide. This one is still coming down to the wire here. No goal yet, K1.
Yeah, it seems like neither team wants to score here, but I mean, the Spectres, they have to have the advantage right now. They've kept so much pressure on the Kings, but the Kings, just tremendous defense, refuse to be beaten here, as we now clock the whole scoreboard at 0. You don't get to see that too often, but we do get to see some free Rocket League from time to time. That's what we're getting right here, right now.
Zeros across the board shows us overtime for the 3rd time tonight. We now see game number 1 of this Epic Division matchup go into the clock ticking up mode, I like to call it. And the Spectres and the Kings trying to break the ice, and the first goal will be the one that wins it in game number 1. Haz trying to get this double tap, almost got there. Nobody home though. K1, how many close opportunities are we going to get until a score? This one off the post!
Oh no, what a heartbreaking way to lose that one. Looks like between Squiddy and Captain Blubbernut, they had an I got it, you take it situation. Both backflipping away, thinking the other was about to shoot, and it quickly turns into points against them as the Spectres.
Yes, and we see a sub now. Butcher going in for Haz as the Kings looking to shake things up in game number 2 here, K1.
Yeah, wow, did not expect to see that one now. Butcher coming in, and the Spectres not seeing a need to make a change after the win. You love to see subs come in, how it's going to change. And I know the Spectres now, they have to second guess themselves. They warmed up for one team, now they're seeing a completely different one.
Yeah, and game number 2 officially underway, as we will see how much this throws off the Spectres, if at all, as they keep their same 3 in. For this one, Squiddy look to get this pressure on, but misses wide and hits the post. Longneck now can't get the 50 he quite wanted, as Butcher is up there at the mid, and the Kings looking like they're turning up the speed a little bit.
Yes, as you say that, though, Squid with a little slowdown game, tries to get the flick over. Sea Strife, though, again, great patience. However, Butcher has been all over this ball since he jumped in, and Blubbernut able to bring in the janitorial services, cleans up a great play for the Kings. A 1, a 2, a 3. Thank you, Kings. Take the lead.
Blubbernut with the goal. We've said it once, we'll say it again. He is currently our all-time leading goal scorer in QRLS history, and he shows why with that example, as you saw earlier. 1 goal lead here for the Kings, their first goal of the night in this very tight-knit matchup so far. 3:56 though, still a lot of time for the Spectres to answer and or the Kings to extend this very close game and try to even up this series. Butcher off the sidewall, looking for a pass. Nobody home. Sea Strife with a beautiful clear, but we see now a shot on. Squiddy D kissing this thing near side.
Yeah, Butcher's come in playing the playmaker here. That's a 2nd assist he picks up now. Maybe this is exactly what the Kings needed. Able to break through the offense of the break through the defense of the Spectres now, putting up 2 goals. When you have 2 goals early like this, you're sitting comfortable, you're sitting pretty. What's most important, though, is to not rest on your laurels. Don't take your foot off the gas or the finger off the boost, because you have got to put a nail in the coffin here, especially against a team like the Spectres. What a save! Longneck coming from nearly nowhere to save that one. Bucket, I didn't even see him on the screen.
I didn't either. I was so baffled by the great shot there by Butcher. He was trying to create more offense, but somehow the Spectres come out of the grave and get that save, and nonetheless, they are still trailing by 2. 3 minutes to go here. Still a ton of time. Longneck dribbling by 1. Almost got the pitch, but didn't quite get it. Misses wide.
And Squiddy showing off a little bit on his defensive abilities. Butcher, another incredible save now coming from the Kings. The defense here is incredible. No boost. Will he be able to make the save? He does. Great job controlling the momentum of his car. I mean, this guy, he's playing out there like a veteran.
Yeah, Butcher playing very, very well, and I want to point out he was actually one of the league leaders in saves last season in his stint on the Cyclones. So, you know, one that isn't one of the names that we tend to think of when it comes to that backline defense, but nonetheless, last season he peppered that thing, made his way into the top 10 all-time saves in a single season list.
Yeah, incredible play from him all season long last season, and we're seeing it here. This is exactly why the Kings brought him in. The defensive pressure, the defensive wall he brings in is remarkable, to say the least, as we see all 4 of the goalposts hit by the Spectres. No goal to show for it. I mean, wow. Offensive pressure, to say the least, but no way to push it through.
Yeah, the Spectres looked like they could have scored about 6 goals on all of those shots, and somehow they still have 0 on the board. Very unfortunate, but nonetheless, they are keeping the pressure on. Minute 42 to go. Longneck tries to squeeze by 1, can't get by him, as Butcher with another clutch clear. We see him now at the mid. What a great substitution here by the Kings, as they are looking to even up this series.
Yeah, the Kings, after losing the series last week, needing a big win this week, doing just exactly that, is Longneck able to piece it off the top crossbar to put his team back into the game now. 1-2, 1 minute 23 seconds. This is exactly when they needed to strike, and this is why Longneck's one of the best strikers we see, not just in this rookie class, but in the season, in the league as a whole.
Yeah, and I'm very surprised Butcher didn't get credited a save there. It looked like one more pixel he would have got the save, and maybe, just maybe, there wouldn't have been a goal. But nonetheless, Spectres cut the gap to 1 here. 1:10 to go. Beautiful demo as we see now transition. C-Strike puts this one towards the net. It's on. What a save there once again by Butcher.
Butcher's everywhere on this ball, doing a great job keeping the ball away from his net and staying well into position. Oh, man. Well, if you can't get it past him, get it through him. Big demo there. Clears him out of the defensive end, but it allows the Kings to move over. Oh, my. The Spectres creating ghosts themselves with one demo after the other.
Cubnuts trying to get something going. Butcher right there to be a nuisance and keep the thing in the offensive zone. Squiddy D in the corner. Offensive pass over to his captain. Nobody there to shoot, though, as Cubnuts with a great back wall clear. Big 50 by Squiddy, being relentless in there, being a pest in the corner. That's exactly what you want to do down there, and the Kings are just not going away.
Yeah, Kings showing up their turn for offense, it looks like, as they're banging away here. Great defense from the Spectres, but still down a goal. They have got to find a way to make the next 5 seconds magical.
And it is possible. Longneck trying to get the clear. This one is now at 0. Rolling up the wall. Nobody home. The series is even.
Wow, 1-1. Big
Out there, and the Spectres keeping their 3 men as well. Massimune trusting his guys. 2nd week in a row. I love the strategy. I love to see it. Great momentum boost. Obviously, the Spectres were very well in that game. And we will see which team can take the series here in game number 3. We see now Butcher trying to walk this thing into the offensive zone. Nobody home. Longneck trying to push into the corner. Looking for the pass. Gets the boost. Big clear there by Squiddy D as the Spectres now on offense, looking like they never slowed down, but the Kings are looking more and more comfortable throughout the series.
Kings are just looking so spectacular on the defensive end. Typically, you always say, guys, we don't want to sit on the defensive ends. We don't want to be back here. We need to get it clear. We need to get on offense. Kings seem very comfortable here and are stemming a lot of their offense from their defense. When you can be comfortable with defensive end, it's very frustrating for opposing teams. You're not able to get a goal in. They're just not sure what they do. They start overcommitting, overextending, and then you capitalize. It's exactly what Kings did in Game 2, and so far it seems to be their same game plan here in Game 3.
Big clear here by C-Strife into the corner, looking to get this thing into the offensive zone. Gets a pass towards center. Beautiful demo on the back end. Cubnuts gets demoed on his way by. This is just a bloodbath.
Yeah, parts everywhere. The wrecking crew is out. Back and forth we go. Again, the frustration starts to show. I can't find a way to score. Well, go ahead, demo the defense to get him out of the way, and you might be able to get one in, but Butcher still says no. An incredible save.
3:27 to go. Butcher all over the defensive end ever since coming in game number 2. And we will see if the Kings can't ride that momentum to victory and get that reverse sweep, or if the Spectres are looking to even things up. Cubnuts hit the wrong ball on that one, K1.
Looks like he might have been trying to bump Butcher out of the way. Say, well, you can't save it if you're not in the net. But Kings team was able to get back. Squiddy able to find the clear. Big demo in the midfield from Butcher. Looks like his own venting his own frustration away here. Squiddy now tries to find a clear. 3 minutes shy of will now tick away. Still no goal. And I got to tell you, if you like defense, these are the teams to watch for you.
Yeah, this has been a very masterclass style game, and what a big push by Squiddy, bullying his way in.
Wow, look at the connection for the Kings. Squiddy upfield to Butcher. Butcher able to just kiss that one mid, and Squiddy forcing it in there. 1-0 Kings now. They just look unstoppable out there, partner.
2:41 to go. Spectres need to answer if they want a chance at winning this series. C-Strife up the wall, off the back wall, looks for the double tap. Nobody home. He wanted that one back for sure, but nonetheless, halfway through this final game, we still have one more match on the docket, K1.
No doubt. More Rocket League means more fun for me. This ball goes flying high into the air. Great defense from the Spectres to prevent what should have been an absolute goal there. Giving it now real look at the net. Couldn't quite capitalize it. The Kings, back and forth we go. Not a lot of play in the mid. This ball seems to stay in between. Oh, right in front of the nets as we see C-Strife able to finally beat Butcher. Gets that last little kiss over. Little mwah, like you're kissing your sister on the cheek. Just over. Cheeky shot. 1-1.
What a big floater by C-Strife, tying this thing up. And, you know, less than 40 seconds from them losing that tie. And nonetheless, we are back even. Spectres with the answer. 2 minutes to go. Game number 3. The series is on the line. C-Strife puts this one on. Blubbernut with the save. He's also the all-time saves leader and the all-time whatever else stat you can think of, as he has played every single eligible game he has been slated for in QRLS history. Big 50 Squiddy D, though, hits it off the top post. Long neck flicks it into the offensive zone. This one could be an opportunity for the Spectres. C-Strife, no, Cubnuts couldn't get the touch. C-Strife now with the clear.
And again, like I'd mentioned before, it just goes from one side to the other, from one front net to the next front net. Back and forth we go. Both teams just so aggressive on offense, so solid on defense. This is just incredible Rocket League right here we're seeing. I mean, this is looking like a playoff match, and we're only in week 6.
And this is a beautiful, beautiful match indeed. You know, this is the kind of intensity that you do get in the playoffs. And Butcher there to clean up on the pass from Blubbernut.
Incredible pass from Blubbernut. Ground to air dribble. Gets it over. Both long necks. C-Strife, Butcher, the janitorial services to put it away. 1:01 left on the clock, but that just feels so crushing for the Spectres.
Squiddy D wins the face-off, but C-Strife was there. Cubnuts looking to calculate this. Blubbernut thwarts that thing on the defensive end. Less than a minute to go. The Spectres need a goal to tie things up. Long neck puts one in!
Oh, this is it. This is the offense we've been wanting to see. Great pass from C-Strife, able to just little teardrop down. And great positioning there, able to put it off the far corner to get the goal around the defense. 50 seconds left. We might see ourselves another overtime.
Yeah, we've already seen so many overtime games here tonight. What's one more, if you ask me? 45 seconds to go. Spectres now don't want overtime. They want to just win this thing outright as Longneck keeping the pressure on, but Butcher doing what Butcher does on defense.
Absolutely, and you know the Spectres really want this one here as an unfortunate miscommunication that could have been the goal they needed. As C-Strife now takes charge on the ball. The Spectres really want this win right now because they have all the momentum. the Kings are able to force overtime. They take that momentum away, puts the Kings in a very good spot as they're finding themselves in now. Neither team wants to see this go to overtime at all, but with only 10 seconds left on the clock bucket, that might be exactly what we're getting here. Little free Rocket League yet again.
Beautiful demo. Spectres, look at them beat bullies. Oh, that one almost goes in, and we're in overtime.
Wow. Wow. I think I just bit my lip on that one. That was too intense for me. I'm biting my nails. It's a bad habit. I really need to get out of this.
And we are taken up once again, Spectres and Kings in overtime. We saw it in Game 1. We now see it in Game 3. This is for the series, ladies and gentlemen, and this is going to be a good one. Spectres on offense, long neck into the offensive zone, trying to put one on. Can't quite find it. Cubnuts over to C-Strife. C-Strife up the sidewall, doesn't get the touch. Tries to get by as Longneck now off that back wall. Potential double tap opportunity thwarted by Squiddy D. The Kings now need to get this offense going.
Absolutely, but you're doing a good job taking charge of that ball that was floating in the midfield. C-Strife sending it right back. Cubnuts trying to find a clear, trying to get a shot down mid. 50 seconds now going into overtime. This is fast-paced as it comes. And again, we mentioned this isn't a playoff game, but it feels so much like it as a pass crossfield. Blubbernut connects with Butcher, and they take the win in Game 3. They take the series away, Bucket. What a play.
What a play indeed. I'm at a loss for words. Butcher comes in, gets the game-winning goal for the Kings.